Alright. Hey everyone, how's it going? I am back home recording this. I just had some dinner. It is 10:15 p.m. It was a long day. So this is going to conclude my E3 Day 3 coverage and my complete E3 coverage. Because E3 really goes on until Thursday, but there isn't much going on except streams until Thursday. And that being said, I'm not actually at the event, so in terms of press conferences, PC Gaming Show was the last one, and that's what I just got back from. So consider this the last video for E3, but I will have actually. There's going to be another video for E3 after this. It's going to be my E3 overall impressions, where I'm going to basically condense my feelings regarding Bethesda, Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, Sony, Square Enix, and the PC Gaming Show, and things like that. But I wanted to talk about the PC Gaming Show in particular and my thoughts and feelings on it. I have to say that I was taken by surprise because I wasn't sure what the PC Gaming Show was, and then when you kind of read the title, because you're thinking to yourself before, oh, maybe it's a conference, is it like an event? I thought it was just a press conference. That's honestly what I thought. But then I was like, I was there, right? And I'm like, oh, PC Gaming Show. It's a show. It's not a press event. It's not a media briefing. It's a show. And that's exactly what it was. You sat down, you went into the theater, and the theater was very open, kind of sit wherever you want, chill, get up, walk around type of theater, and you had a host who would bring people out and interview them like a TV show. It's like if you're watching Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon or people like that. It's the same thing, but it was centered around PC gaming. And that's what really took me by surprise, because it was so different from everything else, but at the same time it was like a refreshing kind of nice event. So what happened was, as I got there, and it took a little while to check in. I got there early. I got there at 3:50, and I went up to the desk and I was like, hey, can I check in? And they're like, check-in starts at 5. So I had to sit and wait for like an hour. I was the first one there, by the way. I was the first one there out of all the press. So we sat around for like an hour and a half, and then they let people in. They let people check in, and while I was there, passing me in line, I saw some pretty cool people. I saw Cliffy B. He passed. I was in line, and he walked into the event. He walked through the front, but I saw him. I didn't get to shake his hand or anything. He was already moving, and I noticed. I didn't get any footage because by the time I noticed him, he was like already walked past me. All right. But Cliffy B walked past me. I saw Phil Spencer walk past me. And I also saw Jean-Francois Dugo, who's the game director on, I believe he's the game director for Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, and Human Revolution. So, that being said, I saw some pretty cool people. I didn't get to talk to them, but I saw some cool people. And so that made the wait, a little bit more worth it. Oh, and by the way, like right in front of me was Smosh Games. For those of you guys who are fans of Smosh Games, they're like right in front of me. Like we were checking in at the same time. I don't watch them. They don't know me. I don't know them. But I didn't even know it was them until the girl was like, "Oh, are you guys from Smosh?" And they checked everyone in. And so yeah, Smosh Games was like right there. So but yeah, then you walk into the event and you're like, wow, you're sort of, walking around, and the first thing, you guys saw the video, the first thing that I did, I was just randomly walking around. I was like wondering where should I go, and I looked on the screen. I was like, okay, what game is this? The developer walks up and he's like, hey, how you doing? So this is our game, and he gives me like a full walkthrough. You can watch the video. Go back and watch the video. It's called Into the Stars. He gave me a full walkthrough of the game, and went through it. I asked a few questions, but it was like on the spot. I wasn't even expecting that. And he's like clicking around, showing me, okay, the world's like this, you can do this, and it was like, wow, it was like right in the middle of like an interview out of nowhere. I didn't even expect that. And then they had like a big PC gamer sort of like a, like the thing they do for pictures where they have like a background and they have like the big a monument for AMD and things like that. And the girl's like, hey, you want to take a picture? And I was like, just being nice. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll take a picture. I went to go up there by myself, and they had, some chicks who were sponsored by AMD. So I got two really hot women with me, and and they took a picture. So I don't know what they did with that picture. I tried to search for it on Twitter. I'm gonna, if I don't know where they took here, but if I go to PC Gamer, I don't know what they did with that picture, but they took it, and I see other people's picture right here in the feed. You can kind of see the monument if you go to PC Gamer on Twitter, and if you scroll down to that's how it looked like. I'm gonna show you guys. That's how it looked like, right? So I sat behind the PC gaming thing. I don't know. Again, I don't know what they did with my picture, but I'm just kind of scrolling through here. But that's how it looked. How it looked. What the hell was it? It passed. But now I'm scrolling way too fast. So yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, here it is. I have no idea what they did with that picture. I wasn't tagged in anything. So, I mean, if PC Gamer feed maybe? I don't know. Or, oops. I'm clicking everywhere. It's not working. Photos and videos. Maybe it'll be here because there's more here. Let's search for it and let's find out. Oh no, this is way back. It's not going to be here. 14 hours. Yeah, so it's not here. Oh, I picked a photography thing. What the hell? Like, I clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find myself. Okay, here this is what. No, actually, wait. The last picture was on September 10th. Wow. All right. Regardless, I don't know what they did with that picture, but if any of you guys find it on Twitter, you can go to AMD's site or on Twitter and try to find it, or you can go to PC gaming site, and the white balance is completely off. Here, white balance is completely off. Everything is yellow now. So, bottom line is, So that's what I did. I kind of walked around and went upstairs. They had a closed off game demo. It was called like the demo room, right? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, really? What do they have? They have a bunch of PC screens. I'm like, oh, what did they have in there, right? So, but it was closed off. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll open it after the event. And I went upstairs and went and kind of sat down kind of early because there wasn't really much you could do. After you take a picture and after I got the interview from the dev, there wasn't much you could do. So I went up and I just sat, and the actual show lasted. Now the actual thing was supposed to be from 5 to 10 o'clock, right? The actual show lasted, I'm not kidding you, from I think 6:15 around there, and ended at like 8:30. It was like a two and a half hour actual show, and they just were interviewing like constant, like interview, And I didn't record. The only event that I recorded was the Deus Ex Mankind Divided demo. They actually showed how it looked on PC, and wow, like when I watched the gameplay trailer this morning, I was like, the graphics seem a little bit rough around the edges, right? And then I saw that trailer at the PC gaming show. I'm like, oh, never mind, it looks amazing. Like really, like they showed actual gameplay. It looks really good, especially on PC when you have all the extra fog effects, you have depth of field and bokeh and all this stuff. So it looks really, really, really good on PC, and I cannot wait to play that game in 4K when I get this computer built, and it's gonna be freaking sweet. All right, but yeah, so I got that. They interviewed, a bunch of different people. A guy from No Man's Sky, Cliffy B, Blizzard was there. They had the CEO, the official CEO of AMD, come up, and she came on stage and she's like, yeah, we revealed 9 graphics cards this morning, and we have this big, this briefcase. The guy had this briefcase, really, and it was like inside the briefcase was like this really super thin graphics card. I guess it's like really powerful. And they actually unveiled. They showed this graphics card. It was like a little tiny thing. I forgot what it was called, but it's like a square. I think it's 6x6 the dimensions, and it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be able to power games in 4K. So it was pretty cool. So it was a nice show though, and it took me by surprise. I think unfortunately, because of the environment and because of how much content that they showed, I mean, that show lasted a little bit too long. I was sitting down and like by the time it was like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, I was like, can we just get to the end? You know, because it's like there was a couple cool stuff. Like I love Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. That was great to see the demo on PC. It was great to see. What's that game? Oh, Tacoma. They showed a little bit of. They talked about it. I don't think they showed anything. They just talked about it. They didn't even show anything, so never mind. But I'm interested in that game. Soma. They showed like 30 seconds of gameplay of the guy. He's like sneaking. He walks in the door. He crouches. He gets spotted by an enemy and he runs away, and the enemy gets him. And that's all they showed, literally. And it was like they showed like 10 minutes or something on YouTube. They didn't do that here. It was like very quick, because I guess they just had so much people to interview. But, you know, about halfway, hour 45 minutes through the show, I was just like, and I was getting tired. And because of the environment that it was in, where it's very casual, and you can kind of get up and go wherever you want, like tons of people were just walking and stuff, you had people, and because it was like more of a talk show than a press conference, you had people, especially upstairs, chatting. And I'm not talking about like chatting like, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, this looks really good. All right, yeah. Oh, look what they're showing. Okay, not like that. I'm talking like chatting like, yeah. So I don't know what she's gonna do. I've been texting her. She's not calling me back. I don't know. So fuck her. So that they're like talking out loud normally to the point where upstairs where I was sitting. And the reason I sat up there was to get to the game demo station first, and I did get there. I got there first in line, but it got to the point where no one was paying attention to anyone that the guy was interviewing. Like we all clapped, you know. Oh, thank you for your time. Clap. Oh, let me introduce. Blah blah blah. We all clapped and stuff, but everyone upstairs was talking. People next to me were talking. People above me were talking. People below me were talking. It was like everyone was talking to each other, and there was no like. Not respect or you know just general you know there is, I don't want to say there was lack of respect really, but it was a type of environment that people were, you know, very free to do what they wanted, and that was nice. I mean, it was comfortable. It was air conditioning. I had tons of I sat on this booth thing with a table, and the booth was comfortable up until like the very end where my ass started to hurt. And I wanted to arch my back for it, but because the booths are, you know, like an L-shaped, straight like that, I was like, if you sit kind of like in a restaurant booth for too long, it's kind of like, you know, I want to kind of stand up, and I just kept waiting and waiting until the president. At that point, it was like, come on, let's just end the show. But overall, I really enjoyed it. And I went into the game. The only disappointing thing was the demo station, because when they showed Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, I was like, is it going to be in the demo section of the PC gaming show? I got like super pumped to the point where like I really wanted the show to end so I can go downstairs and play it. And I got first in line on there was two entrances. So on my entrance, I was first in line. Walked in, and all they had was Killing Floor 2, which is out now, Arma 3, which is out now, and some other game which isn't out now, but it's going on early access like next month. And they also had Fable Legends, cross-play between PC and Xbox One. And so I looked around, and I got stuck. I don't want to say I got stuck, but I got lured into a Fable Legends demo. Like I walked in the back and I was like, okay, what's there? And the guy's like, yeah, so oh hey, you're here to check out Fable Legends? And I was like, I grab a controller, and I was like, okay. So I put the camera down. This is why Jacob needs to go with me, or one of my friends needs to go with me, because I would have loved to get that gameplay demo, you know, because Fable Legends, it's a free-to-play game, and it was my first time ever playing a Fable game. I never played a Fable game up to this moment, but I wish Jacob was there just to record myself playing there, because it was like I had fun, right? But it was like I like nailed it. I was like pro level. All right, it was my first time ever playing a Fable game, and I'm not kidding you. I picked up the controller and we got synced, and I was just getting acquainted to the controls. You know, the guy told you what the controls were, and it ran at 30 frames per second on Xbox One. I want to say it was 900p resolution wise. It didn't look as sharp as 1080p, but wow, the graphics looked good. Like, the graphics looked really, really good. And that was DirectX 12 on Xbox One. And the guy next to me had it at 1080p 60 frames on PC, and it looked really good on there too. So those of you guys who are interested in Fable, it looks amazing. But I'm playing a demo, right? And the demo, it was like a 15-minute demo I must have played, and I'm playing it because it was the only thing there that wasn't really out, you know, that people didn't have it in their hands yet. And it was my first time ever playing, right? And I'm playing with this guy next to me on PC. So at the end of the demo, near the end of the demo, we get to the last area with the last boss. He dies, all right? And then we also had two AI, it might have been one more other person playing with us, I'm not really sure, but 2 AI characters, because it's a squad base of 4. So the guy next to me died, and we had 2, we had 3, including myself, rest on our team, right? One of the AI players died, so it was me and the other AI player. Then the other AI player died. And it's not my middle finger, it's the other one. But I had like 0 health, right? I mean, I got hit. I had 0, like I had 0.01% of health left. Like you could even see the red on my health bar. And I'm sitting here fighting this boss by myself, and I'm just trying to, stay my distance because one hit and I'm dead. And I hold my own for about a good 30-35 seconds. I summon my special move, which has like swords spinning in like a tornado, right? But the swords only affect him if he's actually on the. It's like a circle. It's not really a tornado because tornado swoops you from within. It's kind of like a shield. It makes a circle, and if you're touching one of the lines, the borders of the circle, then you get damage, right? So we're in the middle of this circle power thing that has swords spinning like this, right? And I lure him out to the point where he gets hit by the swords, and I kind of turn my character to the point where he's like following me, and he keeps getting hit by the swords because he's within the border, and I kill him. And I kill him, the big final boss, I kill him with no teammates, and with 0.01% health left. I'm not kidding, like I killed him. I'm not making this up, I swear, I wish I had footage. People behind me are like, yeah! Everyone starts clapping and stuff. I felt like a pro, seriously. It was the first time I ever played a Fable game, and I used a strategy, I just freaking took him out by luring him into the trap. And it was other teammates too who wailed his health down, but everyone else died, and I was by myself. And one more hit, and I would have been dead. But wow, everyone was like clapping. That was like freaking. It was such an awesome moment for me because I was like my first time playing a Fable game, and I did it like a pro. I felt so accomplished. So I had fun in Fable Legends. It is a free to play game. I guess it's launching with Windows 10, I believe. The guys said. And so those of you guys who are interested in Fable, this is the first time I ever played a Fable game, but I enjoyed it. So, will I play the game when it comes out? Probably not, to be honest with you. I mean, it's one of those arena kind of cooperative games, and I just don't have the time for that. I have other stuff and other games to get to. So, but it was pretty awesome to play that demo early and to have people, sitting there watching our game and clapping because I freaking killed the boss by myself with 1% health left. So, but yeah, it was pretty sweet. So overall, the PC gaming show and that was like, I wish Deus Ex wasn't there, and I was so sad, but because that would have been amazing. I would have called it like the best conference out of everyone, not conference, but it would have been such an incredible. It would have made up for me not being there at E3 to play Mirror's Edge, which I really want. But yeah, I just have to say that I was pleasantly surprised by the PC gaming show. There is going to be one next year. They interviewed a guy from who's working on Star Citizen. He said, "I'm so sorry I can't be there this year. I will be there next year." So he basically confirmed that PC Gaming Show is going to be an ongoing thing. They're going to have one next year, and I hope to God that they do, because I'm definitely going to try and get in that. I had a blast. It was pleasant, even though I was by myself and I wasn't really with anyone. It was pretty cool. I again, like, seeing, you know, because you see them on stage when you're at E3, right? You see Phil Spencer and you see Cliff Blazinski's of the world, and you see, you know, Jean-Francois. You know, they're demoing their games on stage at E3, but you're with a crowd full of people. But just to be online and to know that person that you always watch videos on the internet of, you know, like Phil Spencer, you always see videos from on the internet. He's always talking, he's tweeting, he's giving the conference. Just to see him, like, you're standing here, just to see him, like, walk past you, and just knowing, like, that's Phil Spencer, you know, like, or knowing that that's Cliff Blazinski, or knowing that's a developer that you know, and he's, like, you know, you watch the content and he's, like, really important to the actual game and project. That was pretty cool, and I like that. If I stuck around, I probably could have actually met those people, honestly, because I believe upstairs they're kind of having, like, an interview section. But yeah, it's funny because I tweeted, I was like, yeah, I just saw Cliffy B in line at the PC Gaming Show, and he tweeted back to me, he was like, sup? And I was like, hey, I said, LOL, if I run into you again, I'll get a picture, but unfortunately I didn't. You know, I didn't want to get home too late, it's already 10:30, but the good news is, I got there, like, really quick. There was, like, zero traffic, and it's zero traffic coming home, so an enjoyable experience. This E3 was really fantastic. When you come down to it, this E3 was fantastic. I think it was one of the best E3s that we've had in recent years, and it was just exciting, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of great announcements that we didn't expect. So I will be doing an overall E3 impressions. The only conference I haven't actually watched is Ubisoft's press conference, so I'm going to go watch that. But thank you guys so much for watching. PC Gaming Show was awesome. I'm glad I could attend, and I hope I could attend next year as well. And I will see you guys for the overall E3 impressions, probably coming up tomorrow when I have time to record. So, alright. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.